Yo guys, what is up, and welcome back to a brand new video here today on the channel. Today, we're coming out to an incredibly flooded pond to see if we can't get on some big late summer bass. Let's get right into it. All right guys, so like I said, this is a pond that I actually come to all the time, but over the last kind of day or two, there's been a ton of rain, and it is probably a good 2.5 feet higher than usual, which is quite a big difference, especially for a smaller pond like this. I'm hoping it is a lot cooler today as well. That kind of cold front with that low pressure system with the rain kind of brought in some cold weather as well. It's around 70 degrees today, which is incredibly cool for this time of year. But let's walk around this pond, get on some big fish. A lot of times when I fish flooded waters, I'm not sure if it's just places around me or if it's kind of a standard for all places when it gets a little bit flooded. I usually find the fish go up even shallower. Oh, there's fish, first cast. That's not even a terrible fish. Not even a terrible fish. First cast, too. Get up here, buddy. Yes, let's go. That's not even a terrible fish either. He's not a giant, but wow, that's a quality first fish out of this tiny little pond. He's got a small mouth, but he is long and he is fat. Right up shallow, like I thought he would be. That was a perfect hook. Starting out with that swim bait. It's not a giant. It's a nice quality, probably about 1.5 pounder. Small little mouth, but he is super long, chunky, healthy summer bass. Let's get him back. All right, guys, that's number one on the day. I'm just kind of walking over to a spot that I can get a little bit better release here, so I'm a little bit more protected from the wind. But let's get this guy back in this flooded pond right here. Nice graceful release. This is a spot that is never underwater, but it is today with all this flooding. There he goes. Oh, he's still right there. That was so sick. Well, that is a nice first fish of the day on the little soft plastic swim bait. I was just saying how a lot of times when areas get a little bit more rain and these ponds get a little bit more flooded, the water comes up a little higher into the grass patches. A lot of times I find that the fish kind of stage up really, really shallow, especially since it is also a little bit colder. These fish are probably feeding a little bit after it being super hot. Now that it's a little colder, the surface temperature is going to be a little bit colder because of the rain and because of the cooler temperatures. And they should be feeding. Obviously, that was first cast. So let's get back in there, see if we can't get on some even bigger ones. Just using a little saucy swimmer, perfect little bait fish imitation, 3.3 inch. Just kind of rigging that right up onto a 1/4 ounce jig head. Oh, that's a fish. What the? Oh my gosh. I totally thought I was hung up on grass, but that was actually just a little fish. That is crazy. Oh, he's not even hooked. He's not even hooked. He's actually back in the water. Let's see if I can get him before he goes in. That is a tiny little bass. Jeez, he's got nice colors on him too. It felt like it was just kind of pulling back. All of a sudden my line goes 2 feet in the other direction. And it's another little tiny guy on the swim bait. Let's get him back. All right, guys, that's number 2 on the day. Let's get him back. There he goes. He just ate it right up at the bank, right near that tree. There always seemed to be a ton of fish. The wind picked up right after I caught him too. Similar spot to where I caught that first one in the sense that it was maybe 1 foot, 2 feet off the bank. He just cranked it about halfway in my retrieve. Let's get back in there. Also guys, for those of you still watching the video at this point, I just wanted to ask a quick question. I've really gotten into kind of a rhythm of fishing the same baits, like the wacky rig, the jerk bait, the swim bait, the frog, and stuff like that. Baits I fish all the time. I've caught so many fish on them, and they produce big bites, and the jig as well. They produce big fish. They produce a lot of fish. But if there's any bait that you do not see me throw a lot, that you want me to throw, maybe like a spinner bait, or even some crazier style baits, like a dragonfly lure or something like that, you want to see me test out, especially now that I have a kayak and I can go into some of these bigger lakes. Oh, that's fish. That's fish. There's a fish. Little guy. But as I was saying, if you want me to test any other baits out, make sure to comment down below. But anyway, there's number 3 on the day. And this is a cold fish, honestly. And considering how hot it is, that is really surprising. These fish really have cooled down in the last couple of days as it has rained a little bit. But let's get him back. Number 3 on the day, just a little guy. Let's get him back. There he goes, on the swim bait again. This bait just absolutely destroys him all year round, but especially in the summer and the fall is when I found it fishes the best. But getting back to my point before I caught that little guy, which was a quality little fish, I'll take him. But if you guys want to see me throw any lures that I do not usually throw, or even kind of crazier lures, like I said, a dragonfly or a turtle or a duck or whatever the heck you guys can find, then definitely make sure to comment it down below, because I'm happy to try out some new stuff, get out of the comfort zone of the baits that I'm always fishing. Cannot tell if that's a bass or a bluegill. I could just see it like a little flicker and a little shadow of a fish. Oh my God, there's a nice sized bass that just followed in. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh, that's like a 2-pounder. Eat it, please. He followed it all the way in. He's sitting right there. He's sitting literally right there. Eat it, eat it, eat it. Oh my God, there's 2 of them. There's 2. One of them, please eat it. Yep, you got it. Oh, I don't know if that's the bigger one, but he got it. Come on, come on, come on. I saw him eat it. That was so sick. It's the best one of the day. It's the best one of the day. Let's grab him. Come on, do not come off. Do not come off. Do not come off. Got it. There we go. There we go. Nice fish. And I put my reel completely in the water. That is a nice fish. Best one of the day. I saw him follow it up like 2-3 casts before, and he just cranked it. Wow, that was sick. That's a nice quality 2-pounder. It took him 3 casts before he actually ate it. And that is sick. Really nice looking summer bass. Let's get him back. All right, guys, that's a quality, probably 2-pounder. That is a sick fish on the swim bait. He followed it up. There were like 2 or 3 of them. And this dude finally ate it. Let's get him back really quickly. There he goes. Not a bad fish. That's probably like a 2-pounder, which is not a giant, but for a tiny little pond like this, that is just so sick. He was right up shallow. Saw him follow it up. Took like 3 more casts in there. And of course, he's gonna eat it. Figure 8, muskie fishing. Yes. Oh, there's a fish. Got him, got him. Is that the same one? He took it. Oh my God, he's fighting so hard. And it is not even a very big fish. Oh my gosh, that is a tiny little fish. Probably the smallest one of the day on the swim bait, but he just cranked it. I don't know if this is the same one that's just been absolutely playing with the wacky rig on like 3 consecutive casts. But that is a small little fish. I'll take it though. I think that's what, number 5 of the day, I think? I'll take it. Small little guy. It's gonna be the last one of the day. Let's get him back. All right, number 5, the last one of the day. There have been like quite a few fish just sitting in the spot. Well, I actually see another one. That might actually be one of the ones that followed it up on one of the previous casts. But anyway, I'll take it. I think that's what, number 4? I think maybe 5 of the day. And there are a few more right here. But that is gonna be the last one. Let's get him back. There he goes, on the swim bait. Every single one on the swim bait today. So that's not a bad day. I think we got 5 all in the swim bait, all up shallow. Like I said, this pond is super flooded. So I figured they'd be up shallow. There weren't quite as many in the reeds as I thought there would be, but there were definitely at least a few, including that probably nice around 2-pounder, which was the best one of the day. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And If you have any video ideas, make sure to comment them down below and I'll make sure to try to do them. And anyway, thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.